hopefully we're getting audible at this point. We got James in here, we got Shamaru Scott in here, fantastic. Hopefully my voice is picking up decently right now. Testing, 1, 2. Sounds like it. Okay. Well, hopefully it is. If you guys can't hear me, let me know. But I should be able to see your guys's comments as they come in here. Okay. So appreciate you guys hopping on in, and thank you guys for tuning in for tonight's stream. So this is technically going to take the place of what I usually do for a Monday Mat Chat topic of sorts, but if you are a Patreon member actually watching this later on, we're going to give you guys the updates on terms of Patreon activities afterwards shortly, so just keep an eye out for that. But anyway, we're going to get right into it. So I mentioned on my Discord, or not Discord server, on my Instagram, that I think maybe a month or something ago, that anyone would be interested in a Discord tour, because I know there are some people that very much kind of get overwhelmed or a little bit confused, or just don't know what the heck Discord is and how I use it, and also the members of the community use it to kind of keep in touch, and also kind of share in a unifying passion of martial arts and some other stuff too along the way, right? So if you guys are not familiar with Discord, pretty much it is a voice app and instant messaging app, social platform that a lot of people use, and I guess it's very popular in the gaming community to use for just being able to chat with your friends, family, whoever it might be, to kind of keep in touch and be able to game together. But over obviously the idea of the pandemic and COVID and everything, and how everyone had to kind of seclude into their own little rooms and stuff in their houses and really couldn't get together physically, Discord became one of those platforms alongside with Zoom and maybe some other ones that was very popular in terms of trying to bring connection back to when we were very much physically distant apart, right? So luckily this community has stuck even past or towards the tail end of the pandemic, even though we are dealing with stuff still. So I very much wanted to finally explain to some of you guys and also answer y'all if you have any particular questions about the Discord and how to get around and how to make it a little bit less intimidating for you, as well as also less annoying, because I know sometimes the notifications can get also a little bit much, and some people don't know that you can actually filter them out. But I do have a layout, and this is going to be available for recording, for viewing afterwards. So if you happen to have to duck out early, or you just kind of hop in the middle of something, you can always play it back afterwards. So that way, this is a tool of help that you can use to get around here. So first of all, Discord is free, so if you're one of those people that's like, I don't know if I want to pay for something like this, first of all, it is very much free to make an account. It takes like 5-10 minutes tops to make an account, and it's available for like PC, Mac. You got some other stuff too going on. Virtual J, hello, what is up? So it's very much not something out of your resources, as long as you have some kind of smartphone or a laptop or a PC, a MacBook, whatever it is. You can pretty much utilize Discord mobilely and, you know, at a station at home, right? So that's the best part about it. And to be part of our general members community over here also doesn't cost you anything. So I very much do encourage people to join that and kind of get a feel for the layout. But we'll get into the other side of the Discord, which does have a tiny bit paywall. Well, it's not a lot, but you'll see you guys get a lot more out of it as we go down there. So anyway, the Keep On Kicking community, if you guys don't already know here, especially in our Discord server, it's basically we all gather together for martial arts and a lot more stuff afterwards. So general members, you guys have access to a lot of things here. So I'm actually going to be switching my screen momentarily, so that way you guys can understand the view. Mine, I have a lot more tabs in here for it, but otherwise we'll get to that. And then Patreon, I think some of you guys might be familiar with me talking about it. Patreon, for the most part, is basically a platform that I use where people can donate and help support me in my content creation, and also enjoy some other cool perks that go along with it. And like I said, we'll get down to that later down the line, right? So how to join the Discord. So obviously, if you guys are watching this stream live, you guys can actually, I believe, scroll down into the description and see more, and then there is going to be a link there. I will also, after the stream, post it up as one of the comments, so that way if you look at the comment section, you can just click that link also posted there. But it literally is everywhere. If you can't find it for whatever reason in the description of this YouTube video or this live stream, or in the comment section, you can always go to Linktree link that I have up on my Instagram bio, and there is a shortcut button that you can click there to join the Discord. And I'm pretty sure you can probably Google like AJKICK 101 Discord or Keep on Kicking Community Discord. There's very much a lot of ways you can join that way. So obviously, one, grab a link. Two, I do believe there is technically a little bit more things where you have to do an age verification, as well as review your. I believe you have to submit a valid email address and a review of the rules for the server, right? So that's something for Discord here, and obviously because I do want to make sure that people that are coming in aren't just around to like obviously troll and want to contribute and hopefully connect. I want to make sure you guys are actually authentic people, so that's really the main thing of that. So that's where it's going. Once you guys get into that portion, we're actually going to switch over to the screen where I can show you guys what's going on here. On this section over here, we have our first most important tab, which you will see. Actually, let me see if I can switch this really quick. And guys, if you are watching live, you guys can definitely ask me any questions about the Discord server and community as we're going along with it. Let's see if I can actually... Where is it? Can I do a general? I will just switch to this right now. I want to use server as rule. So what you're really going to see first, I believe, is going to be the important server info, and you might see this tab over here available to you. I think maybe the videos and social media, if anything. If not, this is the most important thing that you need to make sure that you view as a first-time person that gets into this Discord server, right? So server rules are going to be all listed here. Have them nice, printed out, presented for you. Very basic. It doesn't take you a long time to kind of get through them, and they're pretty much it's just there so that way people know what the deal is. But it's pretty common sense. As long as you respect people over there, treat everyone the way you guys want to be treated, and act kind and all that stuff, and don't really try to cause any trouble, pretty much you should be all handy dandy. And then we do have a little bit of some forms here, just because we do sometimes do workouts and stuff, so there is a liability waiver here that you guys would have to review. You guys can read this, and also media stuff too, so that way if I do choose to do any community stuff where you guys submit videos or photos, I usually do reach out and like let you guys know, obviously, like, hey, this is going to be used to, like, say, put out there for a like a band compilation or like a kicker compilation such. So that's pretty much all written out here, and like I said, you guys can definitely read this at your own time. And then next part here is when we go to the gain access, which a lot of people forget to do this. If you do not click this last portion here and actually select this tab, once you click it, you will get a green role, which will be your member role. So if I was to click my profile over here, this is very important. This will give you all access to everything else that you will get as a general member. If you do not have this, you will only see the server rules, Discord forums, and server updates, the important server info, and won't really get a lot out of it, right? So make sure you do that, as well as if you don't have a role outside of if you don't have a general member role, you're also going to get booted out of the server if you haven't done anything yet. So just make sure you do that. You can always return back and join. It doesn't mean you got like banned from the server. It just means that you didn't get a role. So just to prevent any inactive members of the sort, we just kind of, it auto boots out that stuff. So make sure you click it. That's the most important thing. Click this green mark right over here, and then you'll automatically get it. So another important thing, if there's any bugs or any particular news about the Discord server here, Server updates, easy tab to kind of go through. I post up here occasionally if there's anything monumental or might be affecting our community in terms of navigating around here, but pretty simple, pretty quick, right? So that's that tab. Our welcome kickers. One of the first things you should kind of go through our welcome kickers tab here. Every time we do have a level up system, so depending on how much you contribute into our chats and such, basically you guys get points that accumulate, and then you can actually get a ranking from Sensei Kia, as I like to call our bot here that helps me out, and you can level up all the way. I don't know what the highest level is, to be honest with you, but I'm pretty sure, I don't even know what my last level was. I think I'm like 29 or something, maybe, not entirely sure. But this is your welcome screen. You'll get a welcome thing. Our shameless plug, we have community members, which is only accessible to Patreon members, and I believe I also set it for server boosters, where if you guys have something going on, obviously, on your side, in terms of like you have your own channel, you have your own art or event you want to run or something of the sort, this would be the channel to have any kind of self-promotion. If there's anything past that, which by the way, please check out Melon Ward. He is actually streaming right now The Quarry on Twitch. After the stream, I don't know if we'll be finishing that, but we have some cool stuff. We also have other people that basically do some other events from time to time, but this is that here, so you guys can get community updates in terms of what other people are doing over there and how we can support them, right? So that's for that, but you do need to be a Patreon member or at least a server booster to have access to this. This is not, unfortunately, accessible for general members to post in, and if there are any like self-promotions in any other channels, you guys will get strikes, 2-strike rule on that one. If it's on again, then basically you get kicked out of that. So we really would appreciate those that actually do contribute can get those highlights here, right? So after you join our introduce ourselves tab here, so we have people basically kind of drop little bios about themselves, so that way we kind of know what they're about, their background, their styles, kind of start some introductory conversations here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But like we have had a good number of people actually drop some bios and stuff about themselves, where they're from. Really awesome. And I believe, do I have a pin? I do not. I should pin that right now, actually, or later, where you can have a template of what you want to say if you don't really know what to say about yourself, right? But great way to like drop who you are and what, if you want to kind of get a conversation with people going, right? This tab over here, this is your need help section. If you do need help with anything, or you think there might be a bug or something just odd, you guys can basically type in here using this text section over here, where our mods, which are Mr. Nick, Melon Lord, and our resident AJKICK, Ryu Senin. We have 3 moderators that are available that will be able to help you out if I'm unable to help you out at the time. So you got a bunch of people there to basically chit chat with, and we also have community members that also help chime in too if for whatever reason one of our mods are busy as well. So you got a good load of people willing to show you around if you need to, right? What else do we got? Character select is fun. Some people have noticed that it's actually available. So this is just for kicks and giggles as of right now. You might not have actually known it was here before if you joined in earlier, but pretty much you guys can select one of these icons and kind of designate what styles that might represent you, and also like our organizations and teams like on the server itself, right? So got Taekwondo, and I apologize if not your martial arts style is not on there, but you might try to grow it out. But might be limited in terms of what emojis, but if there is more and we have more people representing from each style, we will definitely try to expand out to represent everyone that we can. So yeah, it's pretty simple. So if you see on mine over here, which we are right now as a member, let's see if we can change it. I don't think we can change it right now. Okay, we'll change that later. I'll show you guys later. But if you look at, let's look at one of our moderators. Actually, he is a kicker. general member Taekwondo and kickboxer. That's pretty cool right there too. And also part of the Little Bomb Army over there, which is our resident hero, Hero G, which you guys, if you have not checked him out, please follow them. Common Ramen Studios, that's their Instagram, and as well as the YouTube channel that he is a part of. So yeah, shout out to G over there for that. What else do we got going on? Otherwise, trying to think. That's the roles. Wall of Kickers we have going on here is kind of like a thank you homage to the people that have been consistently I guess contributing to our community and been active. So if you guys have been around in the server for a while and have been actively contributing, you might guys see your picture or your name up on the wall. I usually reach out and kind of tell you if you're have finally achieved that level to be up on there, but it's just a little thank you and kind of highlight for you guys. So appreciate those that have been super active and doing so. So this is the level up portion that I told you guys about. Let's see, who's the last one to level up actually? I think it was our Melanord actually. So he's at level 26. Like I said, I think I'm like 30 or 31 at this point in time, but besides the point. So that's tab right there, right? What's different from Discord, YouTube, and Instagram? What's the advantage to Patreon? Hello, egratium1743. Sorry if I butchered your username. I'm actually getting into it right now. Benefits of Patreon, we are going to get toward the end of this chat, but pretty much to sum it up without kind of spoiling the end part of the chat is going to be that you have access to more active channels that are not available to our general members here. So this is the view that I'm in right now, right? So Discord, live, social platform for voice talking as well as text chatting. YouTube, obviously, YouTube channel, you got pre-recorded videos on here, and occasionally when I do go live, I go live here. And then Instagram, obviously, is my social media platform. So that's the main difference here. You can also kind of check out what Discord is and get a feel for what the platform has to offer by just Googling it, discord.com, and checking out their site, but that's pretty much that. So getting back on topic, we got our next tab, which is the AJKICK 101 tab. Our announcements. So if you happen to be part of any of our or any other Discord servers, being a veteran of this platform, you guys can actually follow this announcement channel where pretty much any main events or Discord events that we have going on here will be sent over to you, so that way you know what's going on. So like for example, our live for today, I put something in the announcements channel. You can follow this and stay up to date with what's going on here in this community, right? Videos, my YouTube videos and stuff too, so you guys can get notified when they go out. And then obviously social media, we got some Twitter going on, you got some Instagram. I think we have, what else we got? I think it's just Instagram and Twitter that kind of gets shared up on here. So that's that for the AJKICK 101 tab. All things AJKICK 101, social media wise, video wise, and announcement wise for the server, YouTube channel, Instagram, and all that other stuff, right? So that's that. Train with me tab. So this is the one that I do encourage some people to kind of hop in, and I know this might be intimidating, especially since I do know we have some beginner martial artists or people that might be interested in getting into martial arts, but they don't really know what to ask or what to do. So these tabs are essential for you guys. I believe we got the training questions one over here. So if you have particular questions, be it something really simple in terms of like what you should like get for like in terms of what's it, like a bag or something like that, a brand of bag, or what kind of bag, or what you should start out of, gi sizes, uniforms, other things like how to get stronger, how to have stronger kicks, stronger punches, etc., etc. You can drop them here in the training questions. Myself, some other people in the community might give their 2 cents in there as well. So yeah, that's that. Training log, this is something I thought is cool. So we do have in this training log here is pretty much people that kind of want to drop like, oh, so this is kind of what I did for regimen for today. You don't have to get super detailed if you don't want to, obviously, but I figured this is a cool way to kind of also share what you might do with other people that are actively training, and kind of like hopefully share exercises, workouts, layouts of sorts, and hopefully like even ask incite some kind of discussion or questioning of like, oh, why do you do this, or what do you do this for, etc. So this is that for the training log, right? And then we got some workouts you can try. No, okay, just making sure. So workouts you can try. So this is what might happen when you run into a channel that you do not have, unfortunately, access to. So workouts you can try is available to our Patreon members, and there's like a small list of some workouts that you guys can kind of check out and do on your own time, right? So unfortunately for general members, that's not available. Apologies for that. We have our mat chat, which is just a normal just a normal audio channel, but this is not really active unless I announce we have a Monday mat chat, which is going to be technically what today is, but we're doing that live on the YouTube channel. So obviously no one's here, but general members do have listening ability, so you guys can tune in once a mat chat starts. And then I believe at least if I'm in, I can actually sometimes bring in some general members that might want to speak perhaps on there, but for the most part that kind of is reserved for Patreon members only, to kind of have speaking permissions during our mat chats, right? But think of it, if you guys have ever joined Clubhouse, I believe it is. I know that's like a small group of people that kind of use that app, but think of this as kind of like a Clubhouse format of sorts. So this is just purely for voice only, right? Now, the next one we have our daily workout, which unfortunately this is also locked, and this is available to our patrons only of any level. And like I said, I'll get more in depth with that as we go down. And then, sup, Scott, how are you, dude? I said hi to you earlier, man. Hopefully you're catching up some stuff, but the thing is, I guess, with Discord that I want to encourage is that if you guys join the Discord, more than likely I'm active on there anyway. So if you guys are going to try to chat with me, honestly, try to chat with me on the Discord, because like I'm literally there. So you guys can get into our next section, which is our text channels here, right? So can I exit quietly? Yes. So text channels. So we have our general chat, which is, like I said, if you want to just chime in and just chat with myself, anyone else in the group or anything, or just drop some random fact of the day, or just nothing that seems to fit within our categories here, drop it in here. There's only, I believe, just typing words. There's no links, or I don't know, pictures or thing possibly in here. We have some fun things in here for, I think, possibly Patreon members and such. But like I said, there are some limitations per chat depending on your access level. So general members, I believe you just only are able to just normally chat. And we also have like a cute thing, which is like the puppy plug. So if you guys have puppies or cats or any other cute animal or creature that you'd like to share, I enjoy animals and stuff, so this is kind of like one of the things that I do to just have a little smile for the day, right? So like I said, these are kind of like the not related to martial arts stuff, but that's what makes I think a community cool, is that you're not necessarily just connecting on one thing, you're kind of connecting as a whole person, and martial arts just happens to be one of those passions that kind of bring us together, right? So now I'm talking about martial arts. We do have a martial arts tab, so we can talk all things martial arts. This is also where I drop our mat chat topics for the week. So if I don't think you guys can, you? Oh, you guys can. So for example, we had like a mat chat topic of last week, which is the unspoken rules of martial arts. I literally drop it usually toward the beginning of the week, and people basically get to answer and hear what they think about certain things on that topic. Like I said, we try to keep it respectful, but also, you know, like still be able to share different points of views and stuff, right? So man, food sounds good there, Scott. I wish I could eat right now, but I'm finishing the stream for you guys, so that way you guys can do all that stuff. But happy that you're eating, and happy that you just got finished some awesome training day, dude. So that's that. If you guys want to check out any particular threads and stuff that might have been active that you want to contribute to, anything over here on top, the threads, the thread icon, which is basically a hashtag with a speech bubble, you guys can click that and basically kind of click into it and try to chat that way, right? So that's going there, I believe. Yeah, that's there. So that's a martial arts chat love when that gets really active, because obviously it's the reason why you guys kind of come together and like talk it out first. But we have other stuff too in here, so films to watch, because I'm part of like some indie action projects and indie films and such, as well as doing YouTube and doing social media. I love when people kind of give their 2 cents about projects or good watches to kind of check out. So we have everything from old school to new school, some projects from friends and stuff too, funny clips. Please drop them in here, and this should be available for, I believe, members to drop links. So that's there. Then we got our next tab, which I would love to have more active too, which is called the arts. I used to call it martial artworks, but I don't think the name kind of resonated like what you're supposed to put in here. But everything from cosplay, we have animations going on here. I know we have a lot of cosplayers, so a lot of cosplayers like to share their work in here. Photography, some people share either photography that they have done themselves, or they had someone do of them or their friends or groups and stuff. But we also have commission art in here that gets shared too. So as long as you please give credit to where credit is due, that's very much appreciated. And hopefully, if art is one of your things, you guys can check out some cool stuff, and maybe even also talk about discussions about art techniques and just other things, right? So that's our section, the arts, which I believe, let me see, nope, not that one. Most of the time, if you don't know what a channel is about, there is something written up top, as well as some channels might also have a pinned message, which you can check out. Make sure to look at those if you're not sure what you should talk about in these respective channels, just so we can keep the conversation like flowing and organized, right? So yeah, that's really cool. I never knew that you can see archive threads like that. I believe you can for certain channels. So Virtual J, I hope it's not just because it's my admin rules, and like I said, this is what you're supposed to see as a member, but there might be certain permissions that might not be accurate. But if there happens to be some archive threads in there that are available to review, you guys are all welcome to kind of look into them and see what people are talking about and stuff too, right? And then Scott, that's pretty cool that you met Steph before, dude. Thanks. Like to keep on topic with tonight's chat though, before we kind of get into some chit chatting afterwards, right? So a lot of talking, but a lot of things I kind of wanted to just verbally put out there, so that way everyone knows, right? So Food Fight, this is basically the foodie channel, everything from food related videos to food recipes to pictures of like what you might be eating at the moment. So I like food, and also just because of the Food Fight series that I brought back, which if you guys haven't checked that out already, please do so on the YouTube channel. This is kind of the place to share it, whether it be favorite snacks that obviously you enjoy, or actually healthy meals and stuff, or meal prepping that you do. So we range from both ways. That's kind of the name of the game that we're doing there. So yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, so same thing, topic up here, pinned messages kind of let you know what's going on. I don't think we have any threads in this one. Doesn't look like it. But if there is, cool. And sometimes for you guys there might be bot commands and stuff too. I do believe since we don't have voice channels available for general members, you really can't use the bot over here, the Sensakia bot, to kind of make the voice channel chatting experience a little bit more fun and colorful. But otherwise, that's really it. You guys can probably check rankings, I believe, using certain things here. And if you don't know what commands might be available to you, you guys can use this button here to kind of check it out. And then obviously if something's not allowed and you try to use it, it usually gives you an error right there. And like I said, if you think something's odd about it, you guys can use the need help chat, which is right in the welcome kicker section here. Okay, so that's the general member view. Now this is the fun part and probably overwhelming, which most people don't realize when I say, hey, join the Patreon, because you guys get a lot more out of it, I feel like, right? Now, joining the Patreon, no, it is not expensive, I promise you that. Literally, to get the perks of like the Discord server perks for just being a Patreon member, I think my lowest tier is literally $1.01. It might add a little bit of tax on top of that, but otherwise, like, it's literally under $5, and you guys can be more active and involved with what's going on here, right? So, as I switch, can I switch to Patron? Patron, and let's see if I go to my official kicker, which is our first tier, right? Excuse me. So this is what gets available to you if you become a patron. Now, what is Patreon? Patreon, again, is a platform that basically you guys that want to support my content creation as well as this growing community here, because obviously time equals money sometimes. So unfortunately, I still do work, right, to make a living and stuff, but the more I can spend more time working on all this stuff, the videos and everything, if I don't have to work as much on like normal jobs, right? So the Patreon helps support in terms of like community activities and all the other stuff that I'm doing, right? So this is basically you guys helping out with passion projects and such. So Patreons, that the 101 tier, our humble beginnings tier, you guys will get access to some cool stuff. So this is what you guys see as a normal Patreon member. So Kicker News is Patreon related news basically going on here. We got what else? So for example, I have some other things going on. We got our Patreon chat room going here. We have a private Patreon chat going on that's not available to the public. We got our Patreon chat room. We got like our gaming room, which I know a lot, like I said, a lot of people game and such, right? Usually when they are Discord members. So like I love gaming, but it is also a pastime and a way that I relax and rest. So while I would like obviously more people to enjoy that, I do make it a perk because it's kind of like a little bit more, I wanted to have a little bit more intimate setting with people and like a little bit more grouped in and kind of privatized thing right there, right? So gaming section, that's where it is. So if you are a member of that tier, you guys get availability to the gaming room, which right now we do have, like I said, our Melon Lord doing some gaming and streaming at the same time over there, and we have people that pop in almost every night, I think, into the gaming room at least, and sometimes our Patreon chat room gets a couple people in there chit-chatting and such, watching movies and stuff too in there. And we also have our co-working space, which is I like because it's basically a push-to-talk only channel. So that's a setting where your mic isn't always actively on. Like you would have to select a key so that way you can talk, so that way there's not like disrupting noise in the background constantly going on, which the mute button is a very helpful tool and respectable tool you can do there for it. So yeah, what else is going on? So that's for that Patreon kind of related stuff. Then we got our miscellaneous fund, which if you are a Patreon member of any tier, you guys get access to the kicker economy, which is literally just our kicker currency that literally does not amount to anything in physicality whatsoever. It's kind of like gag gifts and inside jokes virtually in our server. So it's just for funsies. That's really what it is. And then we have our other tabs where we share like books that people like reading and such, our gaming sessions where we kind of coordinate things, anime and more, since I know people like anime and stuff. We share kind of those tabs here actively. And then we got some community memes and gifs and stuff going around here. What else we got? Yeah, community memes and gifs. It's just random stuff, right? So this is where a lot more activity usually goes on. So if you guys are like, oh, the Discord community doesn't seem as active, trust me, it's very much active. It's just on the other side of the fence, unfortunately, for most general members. So it does, literally, that dollar helps with just running some things from day-to-day basis. So that's why I kind of add those extra walls there. So that way, if you guys are using a space, and I'm obviously trying to coordinate things, that there's a balance between the two, and that's really what I'm hoping for there. So that's our first tier, right? And then as you get into higher tiers, for example, like our highest tier is the official kicker tier, you guys would technically get more access and permissions. So as I believe as the first level of our Patreon tier, you guys only get voice chat. So if you're gaming, that's kind of okay. If you're just coordinating with everyone. But if you actually want to stream and do video, you need to get video permissions, which is going to be from our 2nd tier and up. So this is our highest tier, our Keep on Kicking tier, and basically with that you guys get access to Back to the Basics tier and the Keep on Kicking, which are kind of like news related things. So I can't click into that because that's going to basically also disclosing some secret information that I really don't want to do right now, right? So we also have weekly workouts at our Back to the Basics tier and Keep on Kicking tier that are live. So if I hop into that voice channel, for the most part, if I hop into that voice channel on Sundays, we basically do video workouts and stuff with everyone there. So if you guys have questions live, you guys can ask me. I can check out your technique and such, and we have fun and do that. And those workouts usually last from anywhere from 45 minutes to like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours sometimes if we're really getting into it. So yes, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way, but sometimes we do some later activities for those that might be on the other side of the world or something, right? And then Editing Cave is where I kind of show the process of any like actual AJKICK 101 videos coming out and stuff. So that's there too. What else? I think that's really it in regards to things. So the main perks that you really get at the end of the day really is just going to be your, as a Patreon member, access to this whole other section here that I was talking about, which is more active and has a lot more of the fun activities, I feel like, too. Kind of get to know more people within our crew, and you get the voice and or video permissions, which at that point obviously you can engage a little bit better with people, right? And everything, at least the voice up to the voice levels, as well as excuse me, on particular channels you can actually start dropping links and stuff too, so that way you can either share, what was I gonna say? Share videos, share pictures, share etc. in channels, I think not only designated for certain particular parts, but I think for the most part everywhere. And that's what that kind of gives you. So it gives you a little bit more freedom and, you know, and chances to authentically interact with myself and other people in our server, right? So we have actually our Lord Brian here using the economy and doing a little bit of gaming here. So it's kind of funny, right? So like I said, it is actually pretty active, as I mentioned before. So yeah. Shamarlo Scott, I gotta tell you, dude, I gotta keep focused on the Discord, so I can't answer those questions that you're dropping in here, though, but do appreciate your support, sir, so thank you. So that's that. So I have a checklist of everything I've been doing in here. So yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, it's a lot, right? Very much a lot. But otherwise, what's going on here? Hi, Brian, if you're watching live. So it's a lot, but there's easy ways that you can kind of minimize all these like notifications going on and like not get overwhelmed. So that being said, that this right-clicking particular tabs or channels can actually allow you to avoid less pings when you don't want them to happen. The other thing too is that utilizing what status you're at here. So example, do not disturb. You won't get any unnecessary pings if you really can't have that as a distraction. And then obviously if you want people to know you're online and stuff, you guys can click that there too, right? So what else? So like I said, right clicking, so you can basically take a whole tab and like mute the category, so you don't get any pings for that until you kind of go back into the server of sorts. And they have various, whoops, what did I do? Unmute. Mute certain categories for a duration of time, right? You can also do that for individual channels here, so you can do that as well for a particular amount of time. You can also kind of go into the notification settings where you can either be notified for all the messages, only when you're messaged in there in terms of roles or something. If you only do the only at mentions, that means someone would have to directly tag your username, so you'll get missed out on the general member roles or anything of that sort. So I do encourage you taking the time out to just set up your notification settings accordingly, so that way you don't miss out on important information and activities going on in our community, right? So that's that. Do I have anything else in here? So Otherwise, that's that. So if you are a Patreon member or a server booster, because server boosters do get perks in terms of the gaming section, so if the gaming thing is the only thing that you're really interested in, if you do become a server booster, which we are 2 boosts away from getting to our next level, which unlocks benefits for everyone in the server, and if you're not familiar with that, you can actually read up what it does here. Kind of gives you special roles and stuff, and it tells you like, yeah, community-wide server features, custom stickers, private threads, larger file upload limits and stuff, which can help us again connect on a deeper understanding with each other, right? So that's that. We're getting towards the Q&A section here. So I know I did screenshot a couple. So SDPV7 answered that earlier. What is the Discord community? Voice and text social media platform, which you can connect with people live, right? Then is it PC or Apple? Answered that earlier. It's for both, or even mobile. So if you have a iPhone or Android, you guys can even access on the Discord app itself. What else we got going on here? I think that's that. Let me see if I switch back to the chat view. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Think, why is this here? Okay. And do I play Days Gone open world zombie game? No, I hate zombie games, and my patrons will tell you that I hate zombie games. But I do game with my patrons quite often, so if you guys happen to become a patron and want a game eventually, that's the place to do it, as well as train, because I do put training in priority too, okay? So yeah, so if you guys have any particular questions about the Discord community or the Discord server or how to navigate around, please let me know. This is the time that you can drop your questions here in regards to that. So I'm going to give a little bit of time for y'all to type in if you need to, okay? I'm trying to see, why is this acting funky? Why is this acting funky? I do not know. I do not know, guys. I do not know. But any questions? And guys, if you have any questions too, please, you can also comment in the video below in regards to things. So that way, once this ends, I can answer it through there. What else? I'm trying to think what else. Not entirely sure. And obviously, if you join the Discord server, hopefully this helps you out a bit. And you guys can ask questions in there as well. General chat's perfectly fine, or the need help section's perfectly fine too as well. That's really it, guys. So otherwise, if there is no questions in regards to the Discord community and the how to kind of navigate around at the moment, or anything regarding to Patreon or server boosting or just ways to support that way, this is pretty much going to be the end of this stream. And like I said, for patrons, I will be hopping on to do a match chat probably afterwards with y'all, and a bit just to kind of give you guys community news, excuse me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. This video will be available live afterwards for replay, just as a, like I said, a reference for y'all. If you're not familiar with Discord as much, you guys can do that. Oh, I see a question, Virtual J. So if I became a patron and did one of the live video workouts in Discord, would I need to be on camera? You do not. So even if you do have that that access that would allow you to say, if you're interested also in gaming, you don't have to have your camera on for that. You guys would be able to basically you guys would be able to still stream your gaming while also still doing the workout. But if anything, I am going to be starting basically face check-ins just to make sure people are okay and I know who I'm working with, just because I like to also gear the exercise more so towards the body type and maybe the experience level that you have, also to kind of know what situation you might be in if you want to get better with certain techniques, but you're limited in space or limited in like tools, because I can't really help out too much through just text and voice, right? I can guide you through, but it's usually better for me to see what you're doing, so that way I can help you get better, right? So yeah, bye there, Sherm, Marlo, Scott. Appreciate you hopping on in, and thank you so much. And yeah, it would help if you have camera on, though, for certain. I know some people are shy about it, and if you are on camera, we do have a policy in regards to, like, make sure you're definitely wearing something appropriate, be it you a man or a woman with it, just because, yes, I still consider this like a martial arts school or a gym, where I don't want people to be like just putting themselves out there like crazy, or just wearing something inappropriate or something of the sort. We still have rules, obviously. So yeah, that's the thing. So I want to make sure, at least that's why when you guys are talking in here, that I can basically get to know what's going on. And it really very much depends on like what tier. So for the daily workout, like I said, everyone usually can get in there as well and kind of do their thing if they need to. But if you're going into the Sunday workouts, where I do those kicking sessions, and I do like sports martial arts related workouts, sometimes martial arts fitness workouts, so they're a little bit more actually heavily planned out and stuff, that one there, you do need to be a back to the basics tier and up patron. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that clarifies your question there, Virtual J. But camera definitely does help if you guys really want to take serious your training and kind of learn something from that. So that's one thing, but you don't have to, but I do recommend it. That's the thing. Any other questions? But thank you, Virtual J, for staying throughout the whole stream here. I know it was a lot, and a lot of me talking random information, but hopefully helpful information, right? So this is the reference. Any other questions besides that? I see other people are watching. Other people, any other questions, guys? Yes, no, maybe so. So, like I said, you don't have to pay technically to be involved in the Discord, but you do get a lot more perks if you do happen to be a patron of any tier. And obviously, I know not everyone's in a financial situation to give, so that's why I did want to have the free section available to y'all, at least there. And you guys can still type in there, and I will most likely answer more readily there than I would in any other social media platform, actually. So please consider joining there. It only takes like 5-10 minutes to set up an account and do that. And let's talk martial arts and more, hopefully, right? So, other than that, guys, thank you so much. You guys would like to support, links are down in description below. Replay available, like I said earlier. And yeah, that's it. So, until next time, guys, remember, keep on kicking. Bye, guys.